Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm so excited to be reviewing a whole new brush set by BH Cosmetics. This is a set I did get on Amazon. You can get all different kinds of brushes from random brands out there for really inexpensive prices. I think this whole set cost me about $16.99, something like that, and BH Cosmetics isn't even a brand that just like nobody's heard of, so really good prices. But I've never tried, honestly never tried anything from them. I really want to try some of their eyeshadow palettes, and I needed some new brushes anyway, so I figured, you know, why not. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and like pre-apologize. I know I'm looking really dark in here and I'm trying to turn my lights up, but one of my lights went out, and it is a whole like 4:30 in the afternoon right now, and it is pitch dark. Like literally, it's night. It is pitch dark outside at 4:30 in the afternoon. Hello, winter. I know some of you guys out there are not in the same region as I am, but literally yesterday we had snow. Full on snow, like 2 inches. It wasn't just a little drizzling that melted off as soon as it hit the ground. No, it stuck, and it's still here this morning, and this afternoon it's still there. So it's winter where I am, so it's very dark, and I'm gonna have to be investing in some new lights. As I said, one of them busted this morning or this afternoon as I'm trying to get this video going, so thank you for bearing with me with the lighting being slightly off. It is what it is. We're gonna make it work. So, getting on to the brushes, they did come into a little pouch like this. It's actually super cute. It's kind of got this quilted pleather look here. It's super cute. It looks really nice with this kind of rose gold clutch here and the lock. So you lift this up and open it up, and this is what you get. All of the brushes are individually wrapped, as you can see, to protect them. And there's quite a few here, so if you are looking for a whole set of brushes, this is a good way to go. Again, like $16.99 on Amazon. So really not a bad deal at all. You do get 15 brushes, and I'm starting to take a couple of them out of the packaging just to feel them. So this is the powder brush. It does feel very soft. I mean, it's not the most expensive brush in the world, so it's not going to be super luxury. It's pretty light. It's not very heavy, but it does feel fairly dense with the bristles. I'm just kind of brushing away some of the dust that's collected on it in the shipment. Here's like a concealer brush, or you can even use this for eyeshadow. So I'm just starting to take these out of the package, play with them. Just to kind of show you what is in the set, you do get 3 larger brushes. You get definitely a powder brush here. You have an angled brush here that you can use for contouring, blush, things like that, even your highlighter. And then you have your flat foundation brush. You also have a few larger brushes you can prefer that you can use for eyes or concealer, like with this one. This one's definitely a little bit bigger of a blender brush. You can also use this for highlight. Some larger eyeshadow brushes. And then you get a bunch of smaller eyeshadow brushes, anywhere from these pencil brushes like this. You've got an angled brush in here. You also have this super teeny tiny brush right there. I don't know if you can see that. And then you've got some blender brushes as well. So you get a nice variety. You also even get something for your eyebrows and for your eyelashes. So again, with 15 brushes, you get quite the set. The only thing that is kind of hitting me strong right off the bat that I'm not the biggest fan of is this kind of plastic pleather. Is very strong smelling. It does smell very fake and plasticky. Again, I mean, I literally just took this out today. You can see I was taking the covers off the brushes. So I know that scent will go away, but it does hit you very strong, and it just kind of takes away from the niceness of the brushes. But moving on, I'm going to go ahead and actually start using the brushes, let you know how they work as I go along, and I'm going to use as many of them as possible. For the sake of time, I'm not really going to do a full-on tutorial with what I do. If you want a tutorial on the look I'm getting today, please let me know in the comment section. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, so if you do, you don't miss out on it or any of the other great products I'll be testing here shortly. But if you do, let me know. But I'm just going to kind of zip through a lot of the actual makeup application and kind of let you know how the brushes work. But I will list everything I'm using down below as well. in case I don't introduce it on the video. So first of all, I've already primed my face, but what I'm going to be using for foundation is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and I'm going to be going in with that black foundation brush as I make things fall, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. So as a first review with the foundation brush, I will preface this by saying I'm not the biggest fan of this type of brush anyway to apply my foundation. I usually like using a sponge or a kabuki brush or like an artiste brush. I'm not a big fan of those because typically, unless you're doing a really full coverage look, they tend to leave my face looking really streaky. And this one honestly was no different. I will say I probably won't use this too often because of that reason, but also because as I was using it, it is a little bit not as dense as I would like. It is a little bit kind of flimsy up here, so I felt like it was flicking a lot. But again, this isn't my favorite. It's not a bad brush. It's very soft. So if you do like applying your makeup with a brush like this, don't be afraid of it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also, I mean, of course, not going to be the same quality as a $100 brush. That being said, again, it wasn't awful. It's just not my favorite. Moving on, I am going to go ahead and put on my concealer, and I will be using the smaller concealer brush to do it. And I'm going to be going in with my Urban Decay Naked Concealer and just kind of highlighting under my face. I will also say, to preface this, same thing with these type of concealer brushes. I typically like to use a little bit bigger brush. I'll go in with my same kabuki brush if that's what I'm using for my foundation, or I'll go in with the artiste brush or the sponge. So I don't often do it with these anyway. It's just not my favorite way of doing it. So I understand I'm a little bit biased there, but I'm just going to test it out in and of itself. I don't like the way it's coming out, so still wanting to stick with these brushes, so I'm going to go back in with that foundation brush and try to smear it out that way, blend it out that way. I shouldn't really say smear, to see if that helps it blend better. Which it is. This is much better than using this smaller brush for me. Just, you know, it's my personal preference. If that's what you like, if it works for you. Again, not a bad brush. It just wasn't working for me. I don't have a brush for baking, so I'm just going to use my sponge and put the bake under my eyes as I move on to my eyes. And I'll get back to using the BH Cosmetics brushes. So I've already primed my eyes, so I'm going to go in and actually start applying the eyeshadow. And I haven't really played with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette in quite some time. I love this palette. I did a review on it. I'm sure you guys have seen 1,000 reviews on it, but if you want to see mine, I will link that video down below. But I wanted to be playing with this as I go in, so I'm just gonna, again, I'm not gonna go in too in depth on what I'm doing. I'm just gonna basically be going in with a light, kind of just a light neutral look, really going to test out the different brushes. I guess I should tell you that I'm also starting with the large blender brush just to create, just to go in with the transition shade. Okay guys, so for the sake again of trying to use as many brushes as possible, I used 7 different brushes for my eyes. And I have to say I liked pretty much all of them. The only one I was kind of iffy on is this one right here, which is kind of like this angled one. Sorry, it's out of focus. It's got like a nice pointed tip. That was the only one I kind of had troubles with, but the rest of them, they blended so nicely, especially these blender brushes. They are so nice. And I'm really impressed with the angle brush in particular as well. I think I did a really nice job of putting on the black eyeshadow as part of, for my eyeliner. And I also know I said I was gonna go with a really simple look, but I wasn't feeling that. So I went with this kind of bold look, and I like the way it came out. And I think the brushes did a nice job blending out. If you wanna know, again, if you want a tutorial on this, you wanna know a little bit more how I got the look, just let me know and I'll be happy to do one for you. Super easy look. But I'm going to zoom you back out, put on my mascara, and I will get on with the rest of my face so we can use a few more brushes. I'm gonna brush away my bake with this big powdery brush, and as expected, it is very, very soft. I do expect that probably a few of the bristles will fall out in time. Again, not the most expensive, luxurious brush out there, but it is nice and soft. It is fluffy enough to wipe away the powder very nicely, and to cover the entire face. Then to bronze my face, I'm gonna go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Love this stuff. I'm gonna have to probably replace it soon. I love it so much, but can't help it. I'm gonna put that on the angled brush here. So I really like this brush too. I'm impressed with the big brushes, again, other than just that foundation brush. But again, that wasn't really my speed anyway. So I'm gonna finish up my face, putting on my highlighter and my blush, and then I will be back to do my final reviews. Okay, so I finished up my face, and overall, I'm really happy with the brushes. Again, the fact that they were $16.99 and you get that many and they work so well, I don't think it was a bad deal at all. So if you are looking, especially this holiday season, for a gift for somebody or even for yourself, I think this is a good way to go if you're not looking to spend a whole lot of money. I also think that this had like 4.5 stars, well, almost 5 stars on it. So the consensus is from others too, and that's one of the reasons I decided to try it out, was that it is a good brush set, especially given the price. Again, I wasn't really feeling the concealer brush or the foundation brush, but that's me and my preferences in particular anyway. And I don't really like choosing those brushes to do my face as well on a day-to-day basis. Not really my thing. But overall, I really like the brushes. Again, they don't feel super luxurious, but they don't feel super duper cheap either. They don't really feel like you got them at the dollar store, and I don't really expect them to feel super luxurious for the price. But they do work. They're very soft. I liked using them and I do recommend them. I like the brushes. I'm excited that they worked out so well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you liked the look that I came up with. I'm pretty happy with it. Sorry about the lighting. I'm going to try to get some more videos out during the day and on the weekends when I have more time, so lighting isn't an issue until I can get better lights in here as we go into winter, and it is going to be like perpetually dark and cloudy and snowy like all the time. But I appreciate your understanding, and I hope you again enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Again, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on anything I've got coming out for you guys. But until I can get the next video out, as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.